I get here? Huh?
Welcome back to the show, everybody. And this show is called How Did I Get Here? It's where we live our best lives on the internet, come out the other side knowing more, but not feeling all that much smarter. Now, what does this mean? Nobody knows, but you will at the end of the program. So please stick around and listen to us. Our guest has a very surprised look on his face, and he's wondering, what the hell are we talking about? We have a special guest today. Do you want to introduce yourself?
What's up, guys? It's Dave. I'm a YouTuber here in Korea. I've been doing this for maybe 7-8 years now.
Ooh.
Lived in Korea for 11 years.
Awesome.
Or 12 years. I'm not sure exactly. Lost count. But I've been here a long time. So, yeah.
You've been living here for 12 years?
Yeah. 2008, 2009.
Whoa. Okay, I know you've done this 1,000 times, but I'm just curious if you don't mind.
Go ahead. No.
Okay.
Ask away.
So why did you end up in Korea?
I used to live in Koreatown, Hanintown. And to the extent where my high school was 40% Korean.
Whoa.
My last name's Levine, Levene. So everybody in my home was Lee except for me. That's how many Koreans were in my school. Yeah. So one of my Kyopo friends, for you guys who don't know what Kyopo means, a Korean lesson, it's a Korean American. He was like, "Hey, bro, you want to go to Korea?" I'm like, "All right."
Just randomly?
Yeah, randomly. And then I followed him here. And I never went back. Yeah.
Well, so this was like a vacation.
Yeah, it was kind of like a, out of the country experience, like where I wanted to, leave my comfort zone for a little while, then go back, brag to my friends. Yo, dude, I went to Asia, because I didn't know much about, about Asia at the time, I just thought like, oh, Asia, bro. But then I got here and I was just like, it was weird. I learned Korean stupid fast.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't go to school or anything for it, but I just learned. It just came so naturally for me.
Oh, it's nuts. I actually heard you speaking a little bit of Korean before we started the podcast, and you might be better than I am. Pretty sure.
Not sure about that.
Pretty sure.
I'm up there.
But, okay, so what's the timeline then? Because you just came here for a trip where you're trying to stay for like a month, a week.
Well, here's the thing. I can't get into too many like details because It's
so long ago, right?
A long time ago, after 3 months, I was like, I've learned so much Korean, I might as well stick around a little longer,
What a story.
See if I can get my Korean level a little higher. And then, 3 months led to 6 months, I even applied for like a language school and then never went. So I got a visa. So I was like, I need a visa. I want to apply for language school, get my Korean better. I never went to language school. I just got the visa.
Oh, perfect.
Well, yeah,
exactly how
it was a waste of money. It was a big waste of money when I was a poor kid, So I eventually got an opportunity to sign with a company. And there was, and I started doing YouTube and stuff, and kind of, secured my path to where I am right now.
But why YouTube? So you're in Korea. There's a million things that you could be doing as a foreigner, and then all of a sudden, what sparked the idea? I'm going to start making content.
That's a pretty complicated question. Well, no, it's, I wanted to, back in like 2011, 12, it was kind of like a fad to have Korean speaking foreigners on TV, and I was like mad jealous. I don't know how to,
got you.
Yeah, I was like really jealous and stuff. So I was like, I can do that too. But, I never got the opportunity. And at the time, Koreans didn't use YouTube. They only used Facebook. So this was 2013. I'm like first generation YouTuber.
Okay.
And I started just making these little like viral videos, and they kind of like blew up in Korea. And I kind of got, some followers through these little viral videos. And eventually YouTube became a thing. I started getting paid through YouTube because Koreans started using YouTube.
Oh, true. That's insane, because I actually knew you because obviously I've seen your content. You're super famous, and like your content's been everywhere, man. Talk about these viral videos, brother. But was that cringy? Was that
No, it's fine.
I can't tell anymore, so you just need to tell
me, you go at yourself a lot. Like at least 4 or 5 times, like I'm really cringy. Before we got started, he's like, you gotta help me out. I'm super cringy. I'm like, I didn't. That thought didn't even cross my mind. You're not.
This is what I've become.
This is a great conversation. I'm enjoying this. You're not cringy. Oh, man, I'm enjoying myself.
I might cry. Perfect. Okay, thank you so much for being here today. I'm going to need all your help. And before we begin and get into the meat of the topic, we're going to please remind you to subscribe to the podcast and leave a review. Also, check out our videos on youtube.com/DAY Studios and subscribe. Now, do you have any idea what we're doing today?
Absolutely no idea what we're doing today.
Perfect. Nobody does. What we do is we take a question and then we just dissect it and then go off to wherever we want to go.
Okay.
Just think of it as a chill session where we're just talking about whatever we want, right?
Okay.
The question that Diane has been wondering this week.
Stop saying it's just me.
Excuse you. Is how do I lucid dream?
Oh, okay.
Do you know what lucid dreaming is? This actually was my question, sorry. Okay, so I've been curious about this because I've had it a couple of times. I do a radio program like two floors below this. 2 floors up this. I just came back from it and we were talking about this before too. So do you know what a lucid dream is?
Isn't a lucid dream when you have control over your dreams?
Yes.
Yeah, that's correct, right? Yeah.
Have you ever had one?
You know, I'd like to say I have. To some extent, you know, I think in my dreams I've had control of what I'm doing, but I don't think I've had full control of a dream before.
So you can control yourself, but not anything around you.
Yeah, I don't think so because I've never, there's been circumstances in my dreams where I woke up and I'm like, why would I have done that? Why would that happen? And like some weird stuff.
What did you do? What's the weirdest thing you remember?
I'm actually not trying to be like, if you're actually asking me, you want me to be serious. If you want me to be serious, and I'm actually not trying to be edgy or anything like that.
Oh, yeah.
I've had a dream where I had, even I'm embarrassed, but okay, before I say this, you don't really have control of your dreams at some, like you do things, you wake up, you're I've had people in my life that are important to me die in my dreams before too. Yeah. So, but in those circumstances, I've had some sort of control and how I'm reacting or where I'm going or running away and everything. But
right.
I think the actual situations of the dream can't be controlled. I think that's completely random. And I think the demons in your mind, a lot of the demons in your mind control some of that stuff.
So lucid dreaming is demonology.
Oh yeah.
That's the theory that we're going
I don't like dreaming. I'm not a big fan of dreams.
Okay, so I know that dreaming isn't actually good for you, right? During REM sleep, you don't dream. You don't see things, or is it just you don't remember it?
Oh really? Okay, so you're completely resting yourself. Okay.
Do you dream a lot?
I'll go through patches where I'll dream a lot and then I'll not dream for a while. I dream a lot when I'm stressed or if I break up with a girlfriend, I'll dream a lot, or if I'm super depressed, I'll dream a lot. If I'm content with myself, I don't dream, I think. I know it sounds kind of, negative and everything, but I think that's
No. Yeah. That was factual. I feel like that was detailed.
What about you?
That's crazy. I don't know. See, I don't dream in I think I just don't remember a lot of the dreams.
Okay.
Because I know today's the first time we met, but the most important thing about me is I don't remember anything.
Okay.
So I'm just kind of a goldfish to start with, and
do you know what my name is?
Dave.
Dave. Took you a second. Took you a second.
No, but the thing about me is I kind of forget things really often, and it's because I don't know what it is, just a problem. So dreams in themselves are kind of hard to remember.
Do you have any dreams that you remember vividly?
I had a couple. When you were talking about bad things happening to family members.
Yeah.
Dude, there was this heart-wrenching one. I thought I was in a film or something. I was walking through a desert, and for some reason I knew that my mom had passed away.
Oh,
and I was just crying the whole time.
Yeah.
And I just woke up just dying. I was like, oh no, and then there's that wave of relief. This weird surge of happiness and serotonin that tells you you're good. Yeah. You're not in jail.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you're talking about. You'll wake up in your dream, you're like, oh, it was you thought everything was over.
Yeah.
And then you wake up and you're like, oh, it's not. Dude, I love life right now.
It's the best feeling.
Yeah.
I swear, I don't know how many times, and this is a chronic dream that I have, but I'm in jail for some reason. And I'm I wake up and then the world just gets brighter.
I've had that dream before.
I love those days.
I had that dream before. I've had a dream where I did something wrong and I ended up in prison. And I knew that the rest of my life I'd be in prison and freedom was no more freedom. And then I woke up and I'm not in prison. I was like, oh gosh.
Dude, I'm I can get pie whenever I want pie, because that's what I was thinking the whole time. Alrighty, so we're going into the first article today. And the first article is from Wikipedia. Lucid dreams. Lucid dream is a dream during which the dreamer is aware that they are dreaming. During a lucid dream, the dreamer may gain some amount of control over the dream characters, narrative, and environment, like we were talking about before. But it's actually not necessarily for a dream to be described as lucid. So lucid dreams have been studied and reported for many years. And also another important key is that prominent figures from ancient to modern times have been absolutely fascinated with lucid dreams. And then you got to come to the question of why not? Do you know any ways to lucid dream?
Through I've looked up some articles and stuff, and I heard that there's a couple of exercises and like ways to, go into lucid dreaming when you sleep. But I haven't tried any of them myself.
Right. So lucid dreaming is really interesting for me because why not? It's another reality where you can control exactly what happens, where it happens, and what happens.
Or
right?
so they say. I've never had complete control over my dreams.
Dave. Okay, watch. I've had a lucid dream one time.
Okay.
I remember. I may have had more, but I remember one example, and that example was kind of strange. I was just standing in the middle of somewhere. I don't remember the setting exactly,
Okay.
but all I remember thinking was, I'm in a dream and I have full control. I said, I'm a vampire. I don't know what changed, but I turned into a vampire. I knew that for a fact. And I was like, I'm going to fly. I flew. Greatest sensation of all time. I became a bald eagle. It was an amazing experience. And I kind of understood after that why humans have been so fascinated with flying, right? So if you could have a lucid dream in whatever environment, doing whatever you wanted, what would it be?
Oh, you're asking me what I would do if I had a lucid dream. See, I wouldn't want to fly because I'm afraid of flight. I'm afraid of heights.
Oh.
So, all right. Here's one that you might relate to. So I've always been into music, So I used to have a band when I was a kid.
Oh, no way!
Yeah. When I was a kid, she's heard the story, but I never got to perform in front of a large crowd. So I think in a lucid dream, I'd like to try to perform. I've done a lot of stuff. I've done like events in Korea in front of people, everything. But I've never performed. I never got to play guitar in front of a large crowd with a band. So I guess in my lucid dream, I'd try to experience playing at a festival or something. I think that'd be cool.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I feel like you could just do that now if you wanted to.
Maybe, but it takes time and effort. But in that
okay, I see.
putting my current job and work affairs to the side. I don't want to just daechung. What's daechung in English?
Are you kind of like a perfectionist?
Yeah, I'm very. If I do something, I have to do it 100%.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
What instrument did you play?
Guitar.
I play guitar for DAY6.
Right on.
And also
man.
write songs for DAY6.
Right on.
So if you ever try to switch roles, just let me know. I'm trying to get on that YouTube scene.
Yeah, people get a lot of hate for that.
Wait, what?
What's that old white dude doing in DAY6? Get him the frick out of here. Get him off the stage.
Oh, shoot. I think that'd be interesting though. Dude, that'd be so dope if you like one day decided, hey, I've always wanted this. I'm passionate about it. Do you still play your instrument?
Yeah, I still write songs. I do music. Well, it's on the low key. I'm gonna maybe one day make that a little bit more of a, I guess, merge it into my current work, but not at the moment, no.
Like a project?
Yeah, like a project.
You want to write a song?
I mean, are you saying that because we're on a podcast in front of cameras, or are you actually serious?
No, Diane knows I'm serious.
If you want to, I'm down. Yeah,
I'm always down for fun projects.
Because I got a crazy producer that I'm working with right now, and he's had at least 10 number ones on Melon.
Whoa, that's nuts.
Yeah, so.
Dang, okay, so you're in good hands. I'm gonna just step back a little bit.
If you want to collab, I'm down to collab.
I'm down to collab.
All right.
I've been doing small things here and there's like a project just for myself. And I think that's super cool that you brought that up because like once you're passionate about something, it's super cool to just follow it and be able to fulfill it,
How does it feel to be in front of like a large crowd and doing music?
Nerve-wracking.
Nerve-wracking? Like in what like can you go into, because for you that might be, something you've done a lot, but for me that'd be like what a lucid dream would be like,
Interesting. Okay. I'm like, this is me thinking right now.
So what's the first feeling you get when you're in front of like thousands of people, and you're just up there and you're facing people and they're facing you,
So like, I think it's different every stage, but usually what happens is before you go on stage, you get the butterflies. You're like, okay, let's not mess up the chords here. You got to remember transition here. Because DAY6 plays, so like when we go on tour, we play like 30 song sets.
Okay.
And you forget a lot.
Of course.
So you're just like, please don't forget this today, because if you forget this, everyone's going to know you messed up. Last time you went over it. Don't mess up this note. But then once you get up on stage and everyone's smiling, everyone's singing along, you kind of just let it go.
Oh, okay.
It's a really cool feeling, and hopefully we get to experience it together someday.
Yeah, hopefully. I've always wanted to know what that feels like. What about you? What would be your perfect lucid dream?
My perfect lucid dream. That's so hard.
I know it's a hard question. When you asked me that, I didn't know what to say.
Yo, I'm so sorry. This is actually kind of hard. Okay. I guess my lucid dream would be DAY6 hitting #1
Okay.
and us playing at like a dome.
Oh, like a
Like
stadium.
100,000 person stadium. That would be sick.
Like a Drake kind of like.
Like a Drake kind of like
like-
arena, bro.
Yeah. That'd probably be awesome. Yeah. Sick.
We
so
played some
sick.
like sorry, I get hyped. But like we've played some of like some like smaller festivals that had like outside crowds like 30, 20, 30, 40,000. And those are just crazy experiences. So I could only imagine what it would sound like when you're in this closed dome of 100,000 people singing the lyrics to your song.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
It must be a crazy feeling. But I mean, I'm also curious because I also do YouTube on this side as well as a hobby. And I'm just wondering, what does it feel like to like have your videos go like super viral? Everyone just know you for like
So I had a little time frame where this was kind of like before YouTube blew up in Korea.
right.
But like but after, people started becoming YouTubers, it was like 2017, 18, and like every single one of my videos were going viral. I'd walk outside and there wasn't a day where I just didn't get recognized, or people were like, I couldn't go out and drink. People would like take pictures of me when I'm not looking and stuff.
Right.
And I wasn't really used to it because, I've always just been Dave, but I just made videos.
That must have been really hard to deal with like in the beginning.
Yeah, I wasn't very good at dealing with it. I didn't like it. So that's why I stay home a lot now. Because I'm pretty shy at first.
Right.
When I first meet people, I'm really shy. So I don't. And some people ask me like, "Are you okay? Are you upset?" I'm like, "No. I'm just
just trying to chill.
Shy boy Dave, shy boy Dave." But
kind of like that.
But on YouTube, you see it as numbers, so you don't really feel much because you see it as numbers. You see, like, for example, like a video. I've had videos get like 13, 14 million views before, but you see that as a number, so you don't really feel it
right
physically. Whereas, for example, let's say DAY6 gets #1 on Melon, and then you do a bunch of Korean. For example, you'll go like 아는 형님 or something, and then you're #1 on trending, and then you go outside and people are physically like see you and they're like, ah,
yeah.
You're not on YouTube, so you don't see that as numbers. You might see it more physically. But when it comes to YouTube, and I'm sitting there, a video goes viral, but I'm still sitting there editing the next video, and
I see.
When it comes to YouTube, it's more numbers than actual feelings. So it's not there's not much of a feeling other than number-wise, this video did well. Time to go on to the next video.
It's been like this since the beginning, though. There must have been that like "Mama made it" moment. Mama made it.
When I started being able to live off YouTube revenue, that's when I really felt, this is actually something that I accomplished. Before that, I was living day by day, can I afford this? Can I afford that? And I didn't really have creative freedom.
Right.
But it got to the point where my videos paid for themselves. So I got more creative freedom.
I see.
I got to indulge more. That's when I felt I never, hit, I've never like,
pull up to the club and
I've never like, bought like tables for everybody at the club or anything. But I've got to a certain point where I was like, I can eat whatever I want today. I can buy this if I want to. So that's when I was kind of content. Speaking of a lucid dream, you know what I always wanted to. I guess a big dream of mine was to have complete financial freedom. Like
a YouTube video?
No.
What do you mean?
Like just in life, having so much money that you could just do whatever you want.
Oh wow, you are me. You are me.
Just
wait. What's the reasoning behind it though? This is important.
Just so I don't know, just so I can indulge in whatever I want. I don't know, so I don't have to worry as much about the next. I don't know, just so I can just do what I want. I don't know.
I totally feel you, bro. I say the same thing, and I think the same thing. It would be awesome to have an unlimited source of money because I wouldn't have to worry about making money.
Yeah.
Right. And you could just do what you want.
And
plus, yeah.
You could work on projects you've always wanted to do. That'd be just, I don't know. Just, I think with financial freedom also comes creative freedom. You know what I'm saying?
True. Anyway, going back to lucid dreaming. So that is lucid dreaming for you guys. Okay. All right. So we're at the last section of the article as imposed by Diane and his subheads. What happens in the brain? But what happens in the brain when a person experiences a lucid dream? Lucid dreaming is a hybrid state of consciousness with features of both waking and dreaming. So you're both waking up and dreaming at the same time. That makes the sleep experience particularly intriguing, all the more so considering that scientists are still unclear about all the brain mechanisms related to regular dreaming. Stemming off from this, isn't there like a study that shows that we only use like 5% of our brain or something like that?
Yeah, that's pretty common knowledge that we don't use all of our brain capacity.
I'm so curious. I wonder if like 3,000 years down the line, we'll be able to potentially grasp at 15. 20. What happens then? What happens at 50? Do we levitate? Is it too much brain power? You think the world's gonna end in 3,000 years?
Not the world, our world. I'm so like despondent about the state of the world.
I mean,
let's talk about it.
I mean, if you look at it, the potential of humans are endless. I mean,
true.
Even 100 years ago, people never fathomed the idea of the internet being able to communicate through, like we actually are talking to each other through a screen.
Piece of glass,
yeah. Everything from, I can't even grasp how much potential humans have. This device itself 20 years ago would have,
blown everyone's mind.
This has more power. This smartphone has more power than the best computer you could buy with money even 25 years ago.
The big ones, the master ones.
This is an insane piece of technology. So if humans were to be able to use 15% of their brain power, who knows? That's scary.
Do you guys watch Doctor Who?
No.
You watch Doctor Who. Doctor Who is a show about a time traveler. Okay. And he's called a Time Lord. That's a race. And he just travels through time, through prehistoric centuries, all the way to like trillions of years later. And it shows all these dynamic timelines and how people progress. And it's absolutely crazy because it goes up exactly what you're talking about. Humans learn how to control time. They learn how to like rift through space and vortexes. And it's the craziest show. Dude, I swear, I don't know who the writers and the producer of that show is, but they should be getting, I'm sure they have, but I hope they got awards because every episode feels like a book. Okay. It's like a completely different plot that you could take into a movie and expand and make good.
That's cool.
He's crazy. He's nuts. Any Netflix shows?
I mean, if you're speaking about like weird morality shows Black Mirror is insane.
Crazy.
Oh gosh. But Black Mirror, when it comes to Black Mirror, I'll either, after the episode finishes, I'm either like, oh, that was amazing, or I feel disgusting, or just,
weird.
I have to take a shower after I watch Black Mirror sometimes. Like I'm like, oh, that didn't feel good. Black Mirror will really mess with you. Like,
so weird.
Like you have to be in a certain mood to watch Black Mirror. If you've had a bad day, sometimes Black Mirror isn't a good show to watch. It just ruins you.
Tiger King.
I've watched the first. I want to watch Tiger King.
You didn't see it?
But I've seen so many memes on it.
Dude, it's the craziest show ever. Yeah. There's a meme that I saw before going into it. There's a meme that made me watch it. It's a meme that goes, every 20 seconds, it can't get crazier than this. And that's the meme.
Yeah.
But it ramps up like every 5 minutes.
The dude's crazy, yeah.
Dude,
I've seen clips.
Oh, you've seen
I've seen clips on YouTube and stuff, yeah.
Big recommendation. I know Eric's talked about it in his Commit or Quit, which was a really interesting episode. I saw some of it. Support. But if you have time, I definitely recommend
Absolutely. I'm going to watch Tiger King, so.
Sorry, went off on a tangent.
No, it's fine.
But we're going to go back to the article. And they're talking about the brain areas related to higher cognitive functions, including attention, working memory, planning, and self-consciousness. So they said by looking at the research on lucid dreaming and states of consciousness, the researchers also found that during a lucid dream, levels of self-determination were similar to those that people experience during states of wakefulness. Determination. During regular dreams, however, self-determination was significantly reduced. What is self-determination talking about?
Maybe just a desire to do something.
Or like a urging fire.
All I'm getting from this article is we don't know either, but we're jumping to conclusions that might make sense when there's more evidence of our research. Honestly, I don't think there's solid proof of any of this other than that's the thing I think about that's crazy about dreams. You can't really, it's not something you can physically study, you know, because you can't study conscience, you can't study thought. I mean, physically study it, you know, you can't put, you know, lucid dreaming under a microscope. So it's, I mean, these researchers know as much as I do.
Anyway, I think that's it for the article on this. And the conclusion was, we do not know anything about the human brain, so don't hypothesize without facts.
So stop advancing science?
Yes.
Okay.
Move on to the next article. How to lucid dream and how to wake up from lucid dreaming.
Okay.
Doesn't that kind of sound like sleep paralysis? Sort of, right? Okay, so how to lucid dream. Lucid dreaming techniques train your mind to notice your own consciousness. They're also designed to help you regain or maintain consciousness as you enter REM sleep. Number 1, reality testing. Reality testing or reality checking is a form of mental training. It increases metacognition by training your mind to notice your own awareness. Interesting. So what is this saying? For reality testing, follow these steps several times of a day. Ask yourself, am I dreaming? That's what I did. That's what I did during the vampire thing. I was like, am I dreaming? Yes, I'm dreaming. And I knew, right? Number 2, check your environment to confirm whether or not you are dreaming. 3rd, notice your own consciousness and how you're engaging with your surroundings. Interesting. So this is how you trigger it. Would you ever?
Honestly, these thoughts have never crossed my mind when I'm dreaming because I'm so, like I said, I've never been in complete control. I've never been in complete consciousness. So I can't relate to this, to be honest. Every time I'm in a dream, I'm just...
Do you not have good dreams?
Seldom do I have good dreams.
Oh my
Almost
goodness.
Never. They're either terrible or just weird. They're never good.
Interesting. So you would rather just not dream?
I would rather just not dream. I have such problems sleeping anyways. So if I could just sleep well every night, that's a dream for me. That's my lucid dream. My lucid dream is to sleep well. It's just to get a good night's sleep.
I'm trying to get some rest.
I wake up so much in the middle of the night, man.
Interesting. You know, do you take supplements? Not like medicine, but like supplements.
Nah.
So I was at the doctor's.
Sometimes NyQuil.
That's like medication though. That's for a cold, right? And it helps you sleep. And some people use it, but there's actually like certain pills that give you certain vitamins, I think, and certain minerals. Right. And that's supposed to put you to sleep like a baby.
Oh, awesome. I take multivitamins though. I'm gonna get some vitamin D after this.
There's a separate section for sleeping aid. Another thing that you could do is you could set an alarm every 2 or 3 hours to remind yourself to do a reality check.
Why would I want to wake myself up? I hate alarms. Why would I? What?
That does sound a little
terrible idea. Just because you're dreaming? No.
That would be a nightmare for you.
Yeah.
You finally end up getting to sleep, and then you wake yourself up trying to figure out if you're dreaming.
Oh, reality check. Go back to sleep. Like, screw that. No.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so that is a definite no-no for us. Here are some other common reality checks that people use to lucid dream. So these are within the dream. You use these techniques to check if you're dreaming. And once you become aware that you're dreaming, you can make it into a lucid dream. That's what they're saying. In the dream, mirrors. Check your reflection to see if it's normal. Solid objects. Push your hand against the wall or table, see if it goes through. Some people push their fingers into their opposite palm. Like that? Okay. Hands. Look at your hands. Do they look normal? Time. If you're dreaming, the time on a clock will constantly change. But if you're awake, the time will barely change. Wait, what?
Who are these people who are having these dreams where they... I don't understand.
Okay, so Diane, for those of you who can't hear, just brought up a super interesting point. And another way that people realize that they're in a dream is that when they're reading something, they realize that they're not actually reading it. They're just thinking what's on the content. That's interesting. Okay, but this is really weird. If you're dreaming, the time on a clock will constantly change. but if you're awake, the time will barely change. What does that mean?
I honestly can't relate to any of this because in my dreams, I've never had that much awareness. I've never had awareness to look for mirrors or time. Sometimes I'll try to run in my dreams, but I can't run fast. I've lost. I was going through a lot of little span of dreams where I was losing teeth a lot. I was pulling teeth out a lot. That happens a lot.
Oh, isn't that a good dream? That means you're gonna make a lot of money in Korean culture, right? Wait, what does pulling teeth out mean?
I don't know. I don't like it though. I hate it.
Vitamin D, brother.
Yeah, vitamin D.
Vitamin D. Number 2, wake back to bed. WBTB, wake back to bed, involves entering REM sleep while you're still conscious. There are many versions of WTB, but consider this technique. This is for us. So when we're dreaming and we want to fall back into REM sleep, this is what we do. Set an alarm for 5 hours after your bedtime. No. Go to sleep as usual. When the alarm goes off, stay up for 30 minutes, enjoy a quiet activity like reading. You can't go back to sleep. No.
I would love to be able to have that much control over my sleep to be able to do any of this. There's some people who they just go into bed and they just fall asleep. I can't do that.
Bro, that's my
I can't do that. I can't do that.
Oh my goodness, dude. I'm so envious. Every time they're like, okay, I'm going to go to sleep now. They turn off TFT or their game. And they just fall asleep.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? How the hell did you do that?
Yeah.
That's a superpower. And it pisses me off because I can't sleep.
Me too, man.
Dude, I feel you, bro.
I'm the same way. I've had friends they'll just come to my house, my uncomfortable sofa, they'll just pass out. I'm like, what?
Dude.
What kind of dark magic is that? How do you just go to sleep? Or people who can sleep on buses like nothing. They'll just get on a bus and they'll fall asleep. I can't do that.
You know what's the weirdest thing about those kinds of people? They wake up at their stop.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's like clockwork. I used to take the train during my training days to JY and back, right? And on the way back, there would always be this one person. And he would always wake up exactly at the same stop and get off every night. I thought that was like magic.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So interesting, right?
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna show you something. Speaking of that, is it okay if I show?
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you my G Market. So look at the last purchases. I spent. Pillows.
They're all pillows.
Because my last few purchases have been pillows because it's got to the point where my sleeping is so bad that I can't get a good night's sleep that I'm actually debating whether it's my pillow, you know? So I'm even, at this point, I'm desperate. I'm trying everything. I'm replacing my pillows.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's getting really bad. Because now I'm older.
Yeah.
So like when you're young, it doesn't, when you're like in your early 20s, it doesn't matter. You don't get a good night's sleep, whatever, blah, blah, blah. You just, move on.
Right.
Because you have energy, but
right.
I don't drink anymore too. So when I used to drink, I'd get pretty good sleep, but I don't drink anymore either. So it's getting pretty bad.
I mean, they say a cup of red wine a day is actually good for you. No way.
Nice.
That's fake. You assholes.
Alcohol in general is not good. You know what alcohol is? Alcohol is like, do you know what the feeling of being drunk is? It's actually, alcohol is technically a poison. That's your body reacting to the effects of that poison. So when you're drunk, you're feeling the effects of poison.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm not even trying to be like, alcohol's bad for you. I was drunk my first 6-7 years in Korea.
Right.
I'm just saying that alcohol's not good for you. And now that I'm not drinking as much, it's helped a little bit,
Feeling better?
Yeah.
Dude, I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Yeah. Because, if you get, for example, if you get a certain, like a snake bite or something, you get hallucinations and stuff. It's alcohol, that's also a hallucination. That's why you're feeling all this, weirdness and craziness.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
I bet. So that was how to lucid dream and possibly get out of the lucid dream. I learned a lot today. We learned that the most important thing is lucid dreaming isn't proven. It's not something that's scientifically it's not something that's proven. So don't take it. And I heard also that it's really not good for you. It's not good for like your chemicals and like your body, and it really takes a toll on you. Because when you're sleeping, you want to get rest. You're not letting yourself rest.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's different for everybody too. There's certain people who go into are more susceptible to falling into deep sleep.
Yeah.
So I think for those people it might be easier to, lucid dream or, enjoy their dreams versus somebody who doesn't get much deep sleep,
Oh, you mean the superheroes who can just fall asleep on command?
Yeah, the superheroes who have the crazy power.
I call them superheroes.
Crazy Hogwarts magic.
Dude, it's sorcery, brother.
Yeah, it's sorcery.
Now that we've answered some of your questions, or just kidding. Now that we've answered some of Diane's questions, we're going to reciprocate the love and answer some of yours. So there's a section where our listeners send us questions on Twitter. And our first question is from Rio Dunmore. Do you want to read that verse?
Do you have a favorite city? And if yes, why is it?
Do you have a favorite city?
I'm not a big traveler, to be honest.
Oh.
I'm actually afraid of flying. You know, I've been to a select handful of cities, and I've not really had the opportunity to travel a lot. So it's a cringy answer, but yeah, my favorite city has to be Seoul.
Interesting.
I live here. I call it home. 12 years later, I don't think I'd be mentally or physically able to live anywhere else.
Yeah.
I've adjusted so much to the city, so Seoul for me.
I kind of agree with you because Seoul's a really convenient place to live, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Transportation, food, you
Yeah.
get MOE to your door. It is amazing. It is amazing.
Yeah, everything is just, I mean, if it's 3 a.m., you're hungry, there's convenience stores every convenience store is 24
True.
hours. There's so many accessible restaurants at 3, 4 a.m. Let's say you want to play some computer games and your computer at home doesn't work. You just go to an internet cafe, which is 24 hours open. You want to sing a song, all karaoke's or norebangs are 24 hours, you know. Anything you want at any time, Seoul's got you, so.
An amazing city to live in.
Yeah.
Is that your answer, TJ?
I'm going to have to go with that. You've convinced me. Seoul is a great city.
What is there another, maybe I guess like other city that you'd like to shout out?
I mean, I like all cities because we go on tour, right? And we see all the beautiful places of the world. But Melbourne, there's like this walk on Melbourne across a certain bridge, and it's beautiful. But then so is Iceland, and so is Germany, and so is everywhere.
Germany's
in the
not
world.
a city.
Wait, oh, sorry, not Germany. We were in Berlin, and then there was like this. Just that architecture in Berlin was amazing. Just Europe in general. It's just, I don't know. There's beautiful places all over the world, but I got to agree that I've assimilated to Seoul, and it's just so comfortable being here. I can't see myself anywhere else for a while.
I spent some time at Prague.
Interesting.
And, you know, the city itself is gorgeous. But when I was there for 2 weeks, and I noticed after like a week, I started getting a little comfortable because, you know, when you're over in Europe, everything's just it's like a level slower. You know, everything's a little slower. Everything's a little bit more peaceful. Everything's a little bit more quiet. Things close at like 9. And, you know, it's hard to transition from Seoul to another lifestyle once you've been here for so long. So
where everything's accessible.
I know what you mean about the beauty though in other cities.
Yeah. Like Seoul's beautiful too. It's just a different kind of
beauty. Yeah. It's more of an urban beauty.
Yeah. I was breathtaking when I first came here and all the streetlights were on at like 12 a.m. and I was like, I am in heaven. This is paradise. It's amazing.
His English sometimes is funny. He said, I was breathtaking when I first got here.
Did I say breathtaking?
I was breathtaking when I first got here. So like, I was gorgeous when I got here to Seoul. Like,
oh, shoot. Is that what it means?
Yeah, Seoul was breathtaking when I...
Bro, I've been here for like... I've been here for a couple of years, man. My English is just not where it used to be, brother. So our next question is from Foxy K Chicky J. Do you watch Studio Ghibli films? If yes, what's your favorite?
Howl's Moving Castle?
That was a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That was a good one.
Yeah, it's a classic. You know, when I was a kid, you know, I was kind of an anime nerd, so I watched a lot of anime growing up. So that's like the, you know, Walt Disney of anime. So yeah,
Walt Disney. I've been watching a lot of Disney films.
Yeah,
recently. Like I just watched like this new one about some blue people that go on like a Dungeons and Dragon quest. I watched it because it was up. It was kind of interesting. Sorry. Yeah, that's all the details. Like, I don't remember the name. It was cool. Disney Plus, I got you. All right, and I think that is all the questions for today. Thank you so much for being here today. Honestly, it's been an amazing experience.
Wow, time flew.
I know.
Time flew. That was a lot of fun, man.
I'm gonna need your help on a couple more episodes.
Yeah, help. Anytime you want, just let me know. I'd love to be on more episodes. This was a lot of fun.
Thank you, sir. All right, perfect. Dave is going to be on a couple more episodes in the future to help my deteriorating English. We want to remind you to send questions to Jay with hashtag HDIGH and let us know what should be on our next big question to search. And you can send these questions on Instagram and Twitter at the handle TheDive Studios. Also, youtube.com/Dive Studios. And also, if you have any personal questions for me, Dave, or any other future guests? Future guests, including Diane.
Guests.
We're going to move on.
I'm your guest today.
Thank you for reviewing my quest. Hashtag JAE_DAY6 and also subscribe and review.
JAY.
JE. It's a.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Thank you though. Appreciate that. On the ball. I see you.
Just in case.
Thank you, Dave.
My bad.
Appreciate that, brother. Subscribe and review the podcast today.
Also, some good news.
Yes.
I started a podcast with Sam Hemington.
Yes.
Here in Dive Studios.
Woo.
It's just us chilling, talking about some real stuff. So I'm not sure of the name yet. It's still a work in progress, but hopefully the name will be announced before this comes out. And if not, make sure to check us out on all the same platforms as we can find.
YouTube.com/Dive Studios.
Yeah. Thank you.
Later.
Ladies and gentlemen, did you enjoy that content? If you did, there is more. Please download the full podcast on Spotify as well as Apple Podcasts. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Dive Studios. Don't forget to turn notifications on to hear and see all your favorite clips as fast as possible.